The game's over. Why is this not stopping?
God, can we swallow?
Wait.
You haven't swallowed it? I'm getting it.
It won't go away. Stay in the fight. Stay in the fight.
We're eating napkins.
Oh my God, my lips are swollen. Look at them. Why?
My soul left my body.
Who's ready for some fun? We are, and hopefully you are too, because let's be serious, prep can be daunting at times. As serious athletes that all of us are, and if you're listening and watching, you probably are too, but some people can get that tunnel vision where it just takes the joy, the excitement, the fun out of their lives. Well, this segment, we're gonna bring it back into your life. We're gonna share our own experiences of what we do to keep our lives exciting, because we've got to make sure everyone out there has a happy, fun, joyous life when you're in prep and when you're out of prep. So, girls, I wanna know, with each of your experiences, obviously in prep, there's a lot of things you can do outside of prep that you really can't. You gotta kind of be a little bit more serious in prep, but you can have so much fun in prep, and I feel like we've probably all experienced, whether it's our own clients, friends of ours, some of the other competitors, where we see they get such tunnel vision when they're in prep that they take all the joy of their life. They won't go to social events. They refuse to date. They won't have date nights with their spouse. Holidays, they avoid holidays. And honestly, I feel like that is a path to failure. So I personally try to kind of steer clients away from that and help them realize there is more to life than this sport. If you have all your eggs in one basket, it's not a healthy approach, in my opinion. And obviously, with you guys being such elite athletes, I want to hear from you guys. So, Wendy, what are some of the fun things you do?
Okay. First of all, I just really fast, I want to kind of talk about a conceptual thing on this topic. So, have you guys ever watched Lord of the Rings?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that Lord of the Rings is kind of like this like deep cautionary tale, because you have these guys, they become like obsessed with acquiring this ring, right? And they
precious.
And then
Good.
and then like the guy turns into that like nasty, like gremlin-y kind of character. And it's kind of interesting because I think about that movie a lot when I think about the way that athletes treat what they're chasing after, whether it's a pro card, Olympia qualification. It reminds me so much of like that. It's almost like this cautionary tale that like symbolizes how that is, which is why I totally agree that it is so important that it's like you find things that help you detach yourself from becoming like this like all-encompassing thing. Some of us are going to achieve the exact thing that we want, but most of us aren't. And it's like whatever your journey is, trying to get there is where all the like beauty really is.
For sure, absolutely.
So like for me, you ladies know by now, I have my like side kind of passion that I actually want to figure out a way to expand more.
Monetize it.
I have like this. I get so invested in, and this kind of like my meditation part of my life, where I love gadgets, like face gadgets and skin gadgets and stuff like that. That honestly, that playing with my dog. I got a dog.
Oh, what kind of dog do you have?
A Frenchie.
Oh, those so
and
cute.
he just turned a year old.
What's his name?
Cute.
I just assumed he's
Rocky.
cute.
And he's the cutest thing ever.
They're quite entertaining.
Oh yes.
So much joy, and it makes me, I go outside and I make sure I go for walks because I have a dog, and like I didn't realize how much joy that was going to add to my life, but it keeps me from feeling like I get, because I've never been somebody who is like obsessed with like an outcome. I've always found so much of the color that I've acquired in my life has been through the way the journey happens, the people I
Yes,
meet. Like
that's
being
amazing.
the way that I've met each of you is so special to me. That to me, take out the Olympia, take out the wins, take out everything in that. If I could remove that and still have all these connections,
Yes.
I would take it.
It's one of the best part of the sports that I do think people miss the opportunity. When you're backstage, granted, we are focused. But if you've done what you're supposed to do, you've done all the work, then you need to be able to enjoy that show day. You need to be able to meet some of your competitors, maybe people you've followed and you want to get to know them.
Right.
But if you're so stressed and tense and you're so worried about the show and the outcome and you're posing, you're missing that opportunity that you may never be able to meet and become friends with someone again.
Well, I feel like it's like people get so focused on either an outcome or it's like tunnel vision that they also are blinded to opportunities that might be coming their way that they're not, that they don't even realize.
Absolutely.
And if you can just open your eyes and look at the whole picture, you would be surprised how many opportunities could come your way.
Yes.
Because it's like 16 weeks of preparation. I mean, and that's a long period of time. It's a
And
quarter of
sometimes
the
more
year.
because if they're
Sometimes
doing a
more,
run to
20
get
weeks.
qualified for Olympia, they got to do this
20
show.
weeks,
so
almost
they
half a
could be
year.
months in prep.
Yeah.
And that's a long time without some fun.
But
At
I
least
think-
for me.
I think we've had a long career in it, and we've learned balance
yes.
over the time. But when we were younger athletes, I must admit, like I really struggled with balance, and I made a lot of sacrifices. And I think a lot of athletes, and it's one thing that always bugs me about some certain type of athlete is that they feel like just because they sacrificed more or they worked harder, that they deserve more, and they suffered the most and they gave up the most. Like everybody, everyone that's competing has sacrificed at some point.
There's no prize for how much you sacrifice.
No, and the judges don't know. They don't care.
But
They don't.
what's interesting about that is you only know like your relative sacrifice. So like usually the people that feel like they tried the hardest are usually the ones that actually didn't.
Yes,
because
agreed.
you only know relative to what you know. Like your reference point is like the most pain you've ever been in. The most you don't understand what other people's pains are. So in your mind, because it's maybe the first time that you like pushed yourself hard, in like one cardio session, or you dieted for like a week straight. Like maybe that is so much like harder than anything you've ever done. So you feel like there needs to be this reward at the end. Or the second phenomenon I've noticed is that people, they don't do the work, but maybe they convince themselves that they did. But the result at the very end of that is so necessary for them to feel like
It was worth it.
they need that. But the people that have made the relationships and found joy and done the fun things on the side, that is almost like the byproduct, because like they don't need that to feel like they've won, and those people
And the reality is in the win is like, and you guys know this, it's like one day. So it's like you've got that 20 weeks going into that competition, and that's the majority. So when an athlete, they win the competition, and then it's like, because I know what it's like. You know what it's like. When you win, then it's like, okay, you still have, okay, now what's next?
Now what? Yeah.
Now what?
Yes.
And they think like, oh gosh, I didn't win. I'm like, look, dude, like, I don't care. It's not even worth the win if you truly don't enjoy your life and spend time with your family and find a way to have fun. Like before you know it, 5 years gone by in your life,
Time
and you
warp.
look back.
Competing is
and you
time
really-
warp.
Right.
Well, and talking about family and relationships, like support is huge. As an athlete, when you have family support, friends support, spousal support, who are there emotionally and to just kind of be your cheerleaders when you're in this roller coaster. But what happens is people push them aside. And then they don't realize, well, no one's excited for me that it's peak week, or no one's excited. They're just happy for it to be over. They're like, when is your show?
Thank God she's gonna be done with this already.
But it's when you make them miserable. I have to go to the gym today. No, first of all, you need to change your verbiage from I have to I get to. You chose this as a goal. Don't make your life miserable that affects others, because they will 100% not support you. And then when you're out there alone trying to celebrate your win or your loss,
You're right.
it's not going to be easy.
They were like,
when
you were
pushed
just
everyone
a
aside.
real bitch, and I
it's
don't
crazy.
say that doughy out.
It's about how you make people feel that brings you joy. That's actually a really good point, because and this goes back to the social media thing too, but that, the sport really does cater to, I wouldn't say to narcissism, because I don't think that necessarily, it's like narcissism that is rewarded in the sport, but I do think that it breeds more, like we all have a little narcissism in us, and we have to kind of try to, really be aware of
Sure.
it. But I think that like it definitely can, be like the catalyst for that to be even greater.
Well, it can be a selfish sport
Very,
too.
yeah,
It's
for sure.
It's very structured around. You have a lot of structure,
But
you
see,
have a lot of focus.
Yeah, but selfish is different, because selfish is one thing, but narcissism is like expecting people to be happy for you that you're in peak week. Thinking that people aren't supporting you, or coming to see you and spending $100 on a ticket to see you. Like that's more narcissism. You have to be selfish. I mean, you have to make sure that, no matter what, you have your meals with you, you have this, and maybe do it as in the least obtrusive way possible, so that people aren't affected by it.
Right.
Yeah. But I mean, if you want to be successful, you got to do
But
that.
I do think that there is a point in as far as like comparing athletes, because of course all athletes have to be selfish. I don't care what sport you're in.
Oh, yeah.
I think what's very different about what we do is that it's about the body, and so everything we do is part of it. So sleep is important, right? I mean, everything we do, the way we eat.
Yes.
I can't be in the sun. I can't wear this outfit because I'm going to get tan lines. I can't wear, So there is, I think, we can, what we do, take it to another level.
It's someone's phone, I think.
Is that whose phone is that?
That's my phone.
We were having so much fun that a ghost came to join us and turned on Linda's phone, and we got a glimpse of kind of what she likes to do for
What
fun.
was it, though? What
Which
was
was
it?
what?
which was what?
I listened to Abraham Hicks, Esther Hicks, and she practices the law of attraction. So every single morning that I get up, I have to listen to Abraham Hicks. And I've learned so much about my life, and that's like part of my pastime. That's part of my fun. Like my life, gosh, the last 3 years, man.
It's been powerful.
all kind of manifestations, learning about alignment, living in the present.
Okay.
I felt like God was talking to us back here. We're like, what is going
Literally
on?
just started going. That was nuts.
But see, that's what this is all about. This whole segment is about figuring out what it is that affects you, that you love, that you engage in, that is not entirely fitness or prep related.
Outside,
So what are some of your favorite things?
So I'm a mom. I have a 13-year-old daughter, like you guys know. So honestly, like I didn't have the luxury of just laying around all day like some competitors do, or sometimes like, what do they do besides going to the gym?
So much time.
So I mean, I was always really busy. I never had I didn't have any excuses but to for school, lunches, after school activities. I own a gym and running business. So honestly, it's like just my day-to-day life. Like it was enough distraction where it's like, oh gosh, okay, now we're getting like really close to show, but it made things kind of go by quickly.
Yeah.
And I think you having the new Frenchie, which has been really nice for you.
Yeah.
It's kind of similar to you're caring for somebody else, like it's having a child, and so you're able to focus your energy that you would otherwise maybe manifest on yourself, that you can like focus on other people or other creature.
Totally. Yeah.
And now, Linda, you didn't have the luxury or I guess the distraction of social media and stuff like that when you were heavy in your prep. What were some of the things you loved? Because that's an easy thing for us, which we're going to talk about a little bit later.
Besides, like, try to find what tights and thongs you were going to wear.
Yes, besides your thong leotards. But what were some of the things you did when you knew you needed a break and kind of get back to relaxing?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was, I loved walking like outdoors, because in the beginning it was like I was broke and I was poor and I didn't have anything going on my way to the Olympia. So I would do things like bowling. I'd go to movies.
Oh, nice. Bowling. We should go bowling together, ladies.
Yes.
Bowling is fun.
It's a lot of fun.
I haven't done that in a while.
Yeah. So I enjoyed that kind of stuff. And then that's where I think I got in a little bit of trouble as far as, because I like to spend money, and I was buying things and shopping and all
Retail
of that.
therapy.
Yes,
Oh, yes.
retail therapy.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, well, with Amazon, it's kind of like you didn't have that
Right.
back then.
I didn't have Amazon
Now
then. I
it's
had to go.
scary. It's so easy. It's just like Monopoly money almost. You can just go and find something and boop, boop, boop.
So what are some things that you guys would do or do currently, because you two are both prepping for the Olympia, like say we're getting close to, Thanksgiving and holidays. So when you do go out with your family, like what are some things that you do that maybe you even recommend to your clients to help them still be able to participate with their family, but
Honestly, like for me, I will walk the walk and talk the talk when it comes to clients. So I am a firm believer that if you make it sound like you're miserable, everyone else, it spreads, right? When you're like, I can't eat this for Thanksgiving, or again, if you know that you can't, then you need to go in with your own meal, but you need to not bring attention to the negative, because that's the talk that is now in everyone else's head.
Yeah.
So you chose a goal, and even if it's some days are miserable, the moment you make it miserable for anyone else, that's what they hang on to, and it'll constantly come back at you. So I chose to do this show. I'm choosing to eat this for Thanksgiving, or again, depending on how close their show is. A lot of times I try to allow my clients to have some fun. For me personally, I love my holidays. With the boys, it's hard for me to eat super clean and tell them, oh, have fun. So I try to be as normal with them as possible on holidays, but I have to be careful and strategic on how I wrap that in for, the prep.
Honestly, I always thought that, I'm like, how Thanksgiving, Christmas, what do you have for food? You have a turkey. Turkey's on the diet.
That's on the diet.
You got sweet potato. That's on the diet.
That's on the diet.
So it's like you can be smart. You can modify anywhere and anything and not make any people around you suffer, and you can blend in.
Okay,
and just be prepared with temptation.
Well, here's the problem, and I'm just going to push back a little bit, because the problem that I think that most people encounter at most family functions when they're trying to achieve a goal, and I think everyone's going to relate to this, but you have Susie's special sweet potato thing, and
marshmallows,
Aunt Sally's special this, and everybody is like, you're going to be able to eat Aunt Susie's this, right? You're not on diet, right? And so what people I think encounter when they're trying to be on a diet, and you and I, it's like second nature. Our families don't mess with us anymore.
Right. Yeah, I mean, they
know they're not going to mess with us, but most people getting into it, their families will mess with them. Because they go into the situation, and the families put a lot of pressure on you to do it, and it's hard when you're not trying to make an impact on other people, but your family still is like, it's almost going out of their way to be affected by your decisions. But what you have to do is you have to, like Whitney said, I mean, if you have a goal, you just have to make sure that you let everyone know what your goal is, and do your absolute best to not be really mindful of other people's feelings and other people, because people do get emotional about food, especially around the holidays. People want to enjoy it together. They want to have their their spiced eggnog.
Yeah.
Like, people they feel like families bond when they have things like that. So I mean,
I think people also feel maybe guilty when they see someone else being really disciplined. That's why they put maybe a little bit of shaming on them.
Of course,
or
that's
guilt.
natural. You just got to know who you are. Stay on your own. Stay convicted with your own ideas and goals. But we've got tons of fun stuff. We're going to start getting interactive here. We'll be right back with more ways to detach. All right, back to the fun, guys. So we're going to talk about some of the most popular ways in today's culture that we are finding people detach, have fun. Now, this is important because we need to have that relief, that stress, that way that makes us laugh and kind of takes us out of whatever is kind of boggling our mind.
Spend 5 minutes with Whitney. That's how you.
Yeah.
Lots of energy.
Hey, I make fun part of my daily routine at least, 4 to 5 times a day. But I will admit, I did not start looking at like TV series. I'd never watched Netflix until COVID.
Yeah.
That is
Wow.
pretty sad to admit, but it was always work. And, again, I realized how much fun I needed in life. So we're about to play a clip with, I don't know, maybe 15 of the top binge-worthy TV series, and I'm curious if you guys have indulged in
Okay.
them.
I probably have.
So let's go, hit it. Yeah, Howard. Yeah.
Oh my God, I've never seen
That one?
Billions.
Billions, yeah.
Ozark.
Oh yeah.
Animal Kingdom.
My husband likes that. I've never seen it.
Lucifer.
Yes.
Orange. Yeah.
I've seen that.
Yes.
No.
Yep. Out of range. Yep. So yes,
Yeah.
Obviously, based on the
Yeah.
response, you guys have seen some of those, and I'm sure there's some other favorite ones. But again, even for some people, this is their way to get through cardio.
Yep.
And it's not a bad
yeah.
idea. All of a sudden, you're like,
Yes,
wow, I
you
just
are
watched
so right
an
about that.
episode. Or to just get home after a long day of work or, grilling gym workout.
Yeah.
And you just want to chill, turn on the TV, and have mindless entertainment. It's a great way to do it. Movies.
Yep.
Do you guys go more for funny or scary, documentary? What's your movie style when
I love documentaries.
Well, before I recommend anything, I'm just going to say this. Okay, this is my recommendation for you. Tune in to Wings of Strength, Fed Flex
Yes,
Friday.
there you go.
And this is cardio viewing pleasure. Okay, we cover everything. So
It
this
is,
is what
yeah.
you need to watch. But I digress. So
I agree with that.
Yes.
Because it's fitness related, and that's the zone that we're in.
Right.
So I think it
Yes.
works.
And this is fun. Hello, we're
Right.
talking about fun. You
Yes.
should be dancing and rocking
Yes.
out with us on the cardio. Carefully, I guess.
oh my God.
But the watching like a show like this where you get really into it, it also is a way if you have a family that
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
be like that's missing you. It's a way for you guys to spend time together and like share something.
Yeah.
Totally. Yes.
Totally.
And I think
Agreed.
it's super important for them to hear the message that you're putting out there,
Yeah.
that you're on your way to this goal.
Yep.
Take time for your family. Take time for yourself. That's one day. That's all lovely. That's all beautiful. But
That's
the
great
importance
advice. Yes.
of
Yeah.
that,
I love it.
Like that stuff's so super important.
Realize that it's adding to your success. It's not taking away from it, because there are studies to show the actually on a cellular level our ability to like regenerate our cells and ward off free radicals and improve our immune systems when we are laughing and we're joyful and we're with our family and we feel those like loving, happy feelings. That is going to actually help you heal and recover and recuperate. So there's a lot more to it than feeling like you're having to step away from something that you think that you should be obsessed with, like
Right.
24/7, 365 is actually we're prescribing it actually.
Yeah.
Well, and you mentioned documentaries. So I
love
can admit a
documentaries.
lot of times, like when prep just gets, say, daunting, you can't go out on the town, you're just exhausted. But sometimes just having that motivation. So I turn to sports documentaries,
Oh,
inspirational
gosh, great.
stories,
Yeah.
and talk about lighting my fire. Like I may be just dead tired and like, oh my gosh, you have those moments you're like, why do I do this again? Oh, that's right, I chose to. But then all of a sudden you get these sports documentaries and you're like, oh, hell yeah, let's go. Back to the gym.
Those are motivating too.
Yes,
those are very. You
absolutely.
can find motivation, and it's a different sport besides maybe what you're doing.
Yeah, not even that. Like it could be football. We're not playing football.
Yeah.
Or David Goggins. Love his stuff.
There's some
love
common
his story.
denominators.
Yeah. So it's you want to detach in what helps you feel comfortable. So sometimes people feel that if they get too far removed, that they're losing sight of their goal.
Yeah.
But still, pulling back and watching a sports documentary that gets you motivated, kind of keeps you on target, is still a decent way to detach.
Yeah, absolutely.
It
So
doesn't
what
hurt
movies
that-
do you like?
Yeah.
I want to hear this.
Okay, I love Game of Thrones.
Oh, yeah,
I
okay.
like. There's one that we just watched recently. I'm coming to a blank, but
I
there's
like that Untold story.
I was
We
gonna
talked about
say Untold.
Yeah.
Untold
Very
stories
good.
are really
Ooh.
good.
And what about Losers? Have you guys watched Losers?
haven't. No.
It's in the same family as Untold, and it's on
No.
Netflix. And Losers, what's so
I need to
awesome
watch
about
that.
it is,
I've heard about
is that it talks about all of these different, like, prominent athletes and their journey to. It was the French ice skater. There was
Yeah.
a professional boxer.
Yes.
Right.
It's called Losers.
Professional
Did they
tennis.
lose?
They actually lost, but they
Their story
won.
is cool.
They
Yeah.
talk about, but they eventually they win.
I love it.
Another
That's a
really
great
good
one.
show that you guys would like, and it kind of goes along with like kind of what we're doing, but on a different level, is the morning show
Oh, I heard
on
this.
Apple
This looks
TV.
So funny. Yes.
with- It's about Katie Couric and Matt Lauer.
I started watching
Oh,
that.
that's so. And,
yeah.
and Jennifer, who's
Is
the
it
Jennifer
Reese
Aniston plays
Witherspoon?
Katie Couric, and then
I watched it on a plane.
Is it
Reese
Reese
Witherspoon.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so
yes,
good.
I heard that was pretty
That was
funny.
really
Binge worthy.
You guys better be taking notes. I mean, we're throwing out
take
all
these
these
notes.
ideas. You're going to have months of TV content.
Yeah.
So, outside of just gluing your eyes to technology, let's talk about some of the other things people can do. Self-care, like obviously massage. Not talking body work for sports specific, but you talked about kind of your meditation in the morning. Do you guys do spa days?
Yeah,
Do
have you guys ever tried
naps?
like going to a Korean spa? Like
What's
they give
that?
the most intense.
Are you talking about this happy ending?
Girls,
I was just Come on, where are you going with this?
Yeah.
Girls Weekend. She's gonna have to introduce
So
her
what's
to her.
great? What's a
Man,
Korean
okay,
spa?
so like from my understanding, like in Korea, spas are huge, and everybody they all have memberships to spas. It's normal.
Wow.
So they walk in,
Okay.
they totally get nude. No matter your body style and everything,
goodness
this is the
gracious.
thing. They get in, they wash their bodies, get in the whirlpool or whatever. But
Okay.
have you had where you lay on this table, butt naked? The lady comes out. She has on like a bikini or something, and she just scrubs your body.
Wait,
She
why is she
throws
wearing a bikini?
Because she's gonna get wet. It's a whole wet
Are you
experience.
sure you're
Yeah, I think I know where this is
Yeah,
going.
I'm
Done
serious.
it? Do they have them here? Do they have them here?
They do, but in LA they're huge, and they have them here.
Wow.
They do.
Is that how you maintain your beauty?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, word.
You are always
so much
pretty
fun.
relaxed.
Success requires no explanation,
They
guys.
scrub. I mean, it is the best experience ever. And so it's like a
Really?
massage,
Wow.
Okay.
and they're scrubbing your body. They get the arms,
In
they
bikinis.
get the legs.
I just had a vision that I
I
cannot
know.
remove.
Outstanding.
That is a vision I cannot undo.
They watch all of the 2000
They
parties.
do. It's
Yes.
great. It's great.
Okay, well, we know what Linda does.
That's right. Doesn't cost a lot either.
Need to
We
let
have
us
to
know
all
where-
go together.
Let's do
Yes.
it.
That would be
I'm down
fun.
for that.
We're
I'm down for
planning a
that.
lot of off-site adventures for
Field
FemFlex
trips.
This is going to
Friday.
be
Yes.
off camera. Off camera.
I think we'll film you,
This is for
Linda.
us, just for
Since
us.
she's the expert
And we'll
in this.
come back on here and we'll share with you our experience.
Yes.
I think there should be a camera with us.
I
Okay.
think
Maybe
so
just
too.
like
way more fun.
with a towel.
Oh, it is so
Yeah,
fun.
maybe not worn
I'm gonna
totally
make-
naked, but
I'm
hey.
going to make sure, guys, that you experience.
Okay.
a Korean. Yeah.
This would
She
be
is
amazing.
dead serious.
Yes,
She's not
dead
messing
serious.
around.
All right, what about for you guys? Hobbies, self-care. What are some of your go-tos?
Walking dogs by the beach.
Ooh.
Yes,
okay,
definitely.
what if we don't have a beach?
Okay, then you're screwed.
But to your point,
These are
like
the Cali
going
girls on the-
outside. Yes.
Okay,
that
for
is
you guys
amazing.
have the beautiful hills.
We
you
do,
know, so,
and
so
hikes.
hiking,
Yep.
so hiking,
Yep.
things like that. But just getting fresh air, because I think as athletes, like we get in this rut. Like I have to bodybuild,
Yeah.
and then I have my my specific cardio that I have to do at a certain time, and we get so boxed in.
Or you feel lazy if you don't.
Well, and
do
you know,
it.
Yeah.
the thing that people don't realize is that, you know, a lot of people, when they deal with like health problems and they're tired and lethargic, sometimes it's because they have a vitamin D deficiency, and it's something we can't produce endogenously. Like we need an exogenous source of vitamin D. The sun is the best way to get that. So
Arizona
when you're-
surprisingly has one of the highest vitamin D deficiencies, and people are like in
Really?
Arizona.
Yeah.
but it's also
It's
granted.
interesting.
Well, you guys are
several months
inside a
it's
lot.
so hot.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right.
But you're right. It is such a
right.
huge element.
That's funny.
People
That is
ignore.
interesting.
Yeah.
yeah.
And,
Very
it
funny.
could make you feel tired and like depressed and lethargic, and you don't realize that a lot of times it's because maybe you've been inside too much and you need to just get some sun and some fresh air for sure.
One thing I
Interesting.
love to do, and I did this a lot when I was in prep with my daughter, was watching those like baking shows.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
we would
yes.
some like
There's
my
some
daughter
advanced ones
There's some
these
really
days.
and they do some. You get some fun ideas, but you
Yeah.
can make like we'll make like a 5-layered cake and do the fondant.
Ooh.
You can like
That
so
sounds good.
I always
and it's
think
like a
it's
it's like a
amazing.
I
full
want
day
cake.
project.
But I always think it's amazing when clients do that because I would just eat it.
Yeah,
I would not be able
She would
to-
eat the batter. She
I
wouldn't
would
even get in the
eat
oven.
everything. I would not be good.
The
I
cake
can't
would
even
come out
watch
of the oven
baking
like
shows.
this thin because she would be eating the batter, and we could have this like cake like this thin.
I'd
'cause
be in
we would eat the
Olympia
batter.
with a big Buddha belly. Like I tried to do what Camille told me.
I would get pleasure out of watching others eat.
That's what people say.
It
That's
drove my husband crazy.
amazing.
He's
like
like,
food
we
porn is
can't
what they
eat
call it.
anymore.
Oh, that is so amazing.
They call it food porn.
Yes,
Yeah.
totally.
Smell this. Try this.
Yeah.
All right, so one other topic. Got to ask music.
Yep.
Music, we know there is scientific research that says that has a powerful impact on your emotions, how you feel. It can take you back to times that were not so great. It can totally transfer you to a position where you're like, oh my gosh, that was so happy.
Yeah.
So getting outside, a lot of times breathing the fresh air, putting headphones in and just plugging into your genre of music. I gotta know from each of you real quick, what is your go-to top like styled music? Hit it.
Yeah. I really like the stuff from like the 90s. I don't know, kind of like
Like
old-
what, grunge,
old
alternative,
school,
hip-hop?
like some of like the old like hip hop and
Janet Jackson.
You know,
Ooh, yeah.
Janet Jackson.
Yeah.
I love
The
like
90s,
some of the like some of the old school.
That's your
kind of
Def
beats.
Leppard.
I'm having a
I
rough
don't
day.
know.
I need to tap in.
Yeah,
You're going to the 90s.
like MC Hammer and
Yes.
Ice
Like
Ice
that.
Baby. I don't know.
Do you bust out the
That's
dances
I
too?
do. I especially if I'm in
Wendy,
the gym, no
I
one's
love
there.
this.
You should have seen me try to learn some crib walking by myself in the
I'll
gym.
teach ya. I got it.
And
I got
I
you.
was in the gym by myself. I thought, what the heck?
I love it.
turn on my jams, and YouTube has some mixes that you could like just listen to. They put together. It's like a mixtape, but like
Ooh,
modern style.
wow.
Yeah,
We're learning all sorts of
if
stuff.
you're like one of those, sometimes when I do my cardio, I like to watch stuff, but sometimes I want to close my eyes because I want to like get into it. Especially,
Yeah.
I'll get I'm serious about my step mill sometimes. When I get close to the show, I'm going at such a high intensity that I need to like just close my eyes and just go for it. And
Yeah.
and I'm so in tune with like where the steps are. I'm just going and I'm just and so I need to have my eyes closed and I'll put a YouTube, kind of compilation, and I'll just listen to that stuff, and that's a good way to go too.
Love it.
Yeah.
What's your go-to music style?
I think, well, I know like prior to competition, because I know what we do, we had to perform the music. Do you like find yourself like in first you're looking and searching
Yeah.
for that song
Yes.
that moves you that you're
Yeah.
going to use?
Yeah.
And then
That
once
sets
you
your soul on
find
fire.
it, I kind of would just like listen to it
Yeah.
over and over again and visualize.
Yep.
Do you do that?
I do. I usually find my songs months out because we practice it so much. It needs to be a song that I've listened to for months and I still love, and it still gets me that emotion
Yeah.
as soon as I hear it. If I'm sick of it after a month, I know it's not a song
That's
I can
right.
include
I'm trying
in
to
my
figure out what
routine.
song you're gonna use for an Oreo theme routine that you're talking about.
And my glasses. I mean, I have
song is
so
gonna
many
go with that? I
ideas.
was trying to
Yes.
figure that out.
Oh, you just wait. Yes. But yeah.
I've always wondered, like, so when you guys pick out music, this is interesting. But like when you guys like are picking out a song for like the Olympia, how like what is that process like for you guys to choose a song?
Yeah.
For me, at least for the fitness division,
Are you searching
our whole-
hard?
Oh yeah. I mean, there's I have a long list and I just slowly narrow it down. But for me, we're there to entertain. I mean, it needs to be
I
a
love that,
performance.
and you
It has
do.
to, you've got to come out with a bang.
Is there a certain amount of beats per minute that you're looking for?
It's
a tempo?
always out of control high. Like you can't, my style at least, is not slow rolling it. I
Yeah.
come out hot from the get-go.
Oh, yeah,
and
you
it just
do.
needs
Yeah,
to be
yes,
beat. It
you
needs
do.
to wake the audience up.
I feel the
So-
energy right now.
At this Olympia she just won, when you jumped out there and you did that jump, I was like,
Hang on, you
Damn.
guys. Hang
The
on.
winner.
We have got to see. Speaking of which, like I'm feeling this energy. We've got to see some of Whitney's shenanigans.
Oh,
okay?
oh
We
yeah,
have
'cause
we have a
social
little-
media. Social media is a
little,
big
like,
part.
compilation. We've got to see like what she does with her energy. This is what
This
she
is
does
my
on her
free time.
This is her fun time. She's been asking all of us, but let's see what hers is.
Oh, here we go.
Oh goodness gracious!
Oh, that's Alex.
Yes.
I want to be there. I'm having FOMO.
Oh my God.
go Whitney.
That's his
Go
girl.
Yeah,
Whitney.
we're always doing
Oh,
something.
we still going?
I love it.
What?
Who is that?
That's
Life
Alex
advice:
too.
find a friend as weird as you. Oh, that's,
Is that you?
oh my
Yes.
god!
Hell.
You guys!
What are you doing? Where are your legs or something?
They're together.
That is
They're
so
together.
funny.
How did you think of that?
We see stuff online.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, this
Are we
would-
doing back
oh,
tucks
yeah.
or what?
No, this is trying to get in a car, a very unique
Try
way.
to get in a car.
Or a truck, I
How
should
did you
say.
think of this? How do people think of this stuff? Oh god, he's gonna break his neck.
He
Oh
almost.
god.
He almost did.
Yeah. There you go, Whitney.
Yes, he lost that one.
love it.
This was the tortilla challenge.
Why? Wait, why did she do that to you? That makes no sense.
You've never seen this?
No.
Well, she did it wrong.
Wait a minute.
She did it wrong.
What's going on here?
They're throwing a tortilla. What did
So
she
you're
do?
trying. These are all
Tortilla.
challenges. It's a tortilla smacking challenge. So Alex did not understand the rules.
She thought she had to throw it at your face.
So you're trying not to laugh.
Oh.
You do this challenge.
slap.
Well, she knew she was gonna win if she just threw it at you.
We just, I mean, it goes on, and the
She's
whole
cheating.
point, we then took water, and you couldn't speak, and the person who spit the water out from laughing loses. So,
I got it.
I
This
would
is so
lose.
Yes.
funny.
I would never win this game.
What were you like as a child?
I've never grown up. I have never grown up. So this is, but honestly, these TikTok challenges, social
Yeah.
media challenges, stuff that we see and mimic, or ideas that we
Yeah.
have, that's what I do for fun. That's the way I
That's
detach.
what I do for fun.
Yes.
How about you guys? We're slapping
And
tortillas on
social
faces.
media is
That's
crazy.
where it's at.
And I have a surprise for you guys. So we're going to take a break.
Oh goodness.
But when we come back, we're going to do our very own live challenge, never done before on FemFlex Friday. And guess what? It's going to be hot.
You diet down, train hard, and supplement smart for months. When the time comes to step on stage, don't leave your tan to chance. Go with the pros. Pro Tan. #1 worldwide since 1987 and the official sponsor of the Olympia for the last 15 years. Don't step on stage without it. Pro Tan.
So obviously, you saw I love challenges and shenanigans. So you guys, welcome to my world.
Oh, great.
We are going to do something. Now, if you have watched YouTube in the last several months, you've probably heard of the Pocky One Chip Challenge. Now, we're about to do this.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm going to give you guys a little clip in a second. But
Okay.
basically, the whole point and the rules are we eat the whole chip. You try to avoid drinking the milk because milk kind of helps diffuse the spiciness. This chip
Moral
is
support.
extremely hot.
Moral support,
I
yeah.
personally never tried it, so I don't know what we're getting into.
Okay.
What's interesting is it's shaped like a coffin, so we
I
might
see
die.
that. I see that.
You guys signed a liability waiver, so that's on you.
It's a Reaper pepper.
But yeah, exactly.
Reaper pepper.
So,
Okay.
it sounds horrible.
It sounds awful.
The coffin will get us coughing, I'm sure. So, but with the whole point is we are still in the game unless we drink the milk. So,
Okay.
this is a challenge. Who's gonna win?
Turns your tongue
Okay.
blue?
I'm gonna touch my face before I touch the chip.
Then the more interesting part is after we've digested the chip, we're gonna have off camera some random questions thrown at us. Keep it entertaining and try to keep our brains occupied, not on the spice, but on the questions. So, without further ado, here's a glimpse of what we're getting into.
Did they eat the whole thing all at once?
Yes.
Oh, he's suffering, guys. He's really suffering. Oh, he's doing the
But
arm.
she's handling it. Wow.
She's fine. Oh my goodness.
Looking good. Yeah, that was great.
Oh my God. He's a little.
All right, let's stop this here because I need you guys to just experience yourself. Now, I do not like spicy stuff. Do you like spicy?
I do.
Spicy?
I do not.
Nope.
Okay.
I got this.
So
We can
she
go
may
home
just-
now.
All right.
She's gonna do the worst one.
All right, girls, open it up.
She's gonna be the one who's like the big talker.
Let's see. All righty.
One chip.
Cheers to this. You guys ready?
Wait,
Wait,
cheers,
wait.
cheers.
I already taste something hot.
Oh my gosh.
Open the thing
That
up.
was not. Are you serious?
No, I'm serious. Just
no.
This could be bad.
no.
All right, guys, ready?
This is
Wait,
not
hang on. I
gonna
haven't
be good.
I haven't opened mine yet.
Okay, wait.
This is a big chip.
Oh,
This is big.
Oh,
Can
I
I
tasted
touch
something
it?
hot too.
I don't know.
oh
no.
All right, let's go.
Hang on.
I just feel like I'm taking a shot of tequila.
Okay.
Oh, holy hell.
Oh.
Okay, let's hit the questions.
All right, first question. Never have I ever Googled for a sex position.
Hit it.
Her lips. Oh, her lips. Oh, your lips.
I just spit on you. I'm sorry.
No, we're eating napkins.
Never. Yes.
never.
Damn it.
Oh, shit.
Wendy, have you?
I have.
Oh, God.
Wow.
Oh, my God.
Second question. Never have I ever
Oh.
had a bedroom injury.
Wait. Oh my God.
I have.
My God.
Definitely.
Oh.
Yeah, I pulled a muscle.
Like just in the bedroom, like it doesn't have to be sexual related.
Tissue.
Moving anything.
What's the time here?
Oh, my God. Can we swallow?
Wait.
You haven't swallowed it? Is that how you?
You have head in your mouth?
I can't breathe. I have to come still.
Okay, we're gonna move on to the third question. Never have I ever had sex for money.
Why are these all sensitive? I have to get them. Wait, what's the question?
Never have I ever had sex for money or favor.
Never.
Never. Maybe for food.
Never.
Maybe for food.
Never.
Never. Okay, here's the next one. Never have I ever received a booty call.
I'm gonna make it.
Have you? Are you out?
Stay in there, Linda. I see them knees
We got
shaking.
there.
Stay in there.
Question?
Never have I ever received a booty call.
Yeah, I said receive the booty call.
I have. What's your answer?
You're good. Stay
Wendy.
in there. Stay in the fight. Stay in the fight. Never. All right, next one. Never have I ever fallen asleep while having sex.
Never.
Yes. What? Who came up with these questions?
I gotta go.
Don't do it, Linda. Don't do it,
I'm out.
Linda. No, don't do it.
I gotta go.
You're out too.
Damn.
Get back in the game, Camille. We're not gonna have a voice after this.
All right, ready. Never have I ever faked an orgasm.
I have.
Never.
Wow.
Never have I ever given an erotic massage.
I have. Oh, this is really exposing a lot about us.
We don't have
Never
to
have I ever tried to hide a love bite.
What's a love bite?
I never have. I tried to hide it. Wow.
Never have I ever bought an erotic magazine.
I haven't done that. Have you? You're not even answering this question. This is not a one-woman show.
No.
Never have I ever had someone shave me downstairs.
Never.
Wax, yes. To shave, no.
Of course.
Never have I ever said I love you without meaning it.
Okay. Never.
Winner, winner, chicken
Oh my
dinner!
gosh! when it, Can I drink this now?
Yeah.
I'm shaking.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh my god, it's like, oh.
More milk.
You guys were supposed to kill me in this. I can't do hot. Be in the game.
Guys, I'm getting it.
It won't go away.
I'm getting it.
Yeah, the game's over. Why is this not stopping? Your face.
We need ice cream. We need ice
Yeah,
cream. Ice
yeah.
cream.
Do we have ice?
You want ice?
Better.
The damage is like,
Intense.
Yes.
it really is.
Try the breathing technique.
Here's ice.
Are mine blue?
I think your lips are swollen.
Good.
Upper lip is
I didn't want to do lip injection, so if that worked.
Your lips are so swollen right now.
Maybe I have an allergic reaction. Oh my god, my lips are swollen. Look at them. Why?
That'll give you
Amazing.
Honestly, my fear was it was so hot, it was so disgusting. Even for the milk, I was afraid I was going to start losing bowel control.
You're right.
That's why I almost was trying to find a place to lay down.
full of milk on the tongue. I think Wendy left her body.
My soul left my body.
So,
Are your tongues blue?
My soul.
Yeah? Your lips are blue.
My soul was gone.
Thank you guys for tuning in.
This
is FinFlex Friday.
Yes, FinFlex Friday. This is fun. Aren't we having fun? Like, subscribe.
So much fun.
You know what? Send us your challenge. What do you want us to do next? Hold on. What do you want us to do next time? Bye.